Gujral. Naresh Gujral, you might recall at my book release, 9 months ago, you had suggested that the NDA would be around 170, 175. Forget those numbers. Or the BJP would be 175. They are 300 plus. The numbers are 301 as we speak. You explain to me now, what changed between August, I think that was August of 2018 and May of 2019? What changed in 8 months? We show this all the time, yeah.
You are only quoting half of what I said at your book release. I said even if he is 170, he will be the next Prime Minister. I did not say that they will get only 170. I said even if they are reduced to 170 with the other NDA allies and other people who are waiting in the wings, he will form the government. But of course, this kind of tsunami, nobody could see coming. And basically, as Siddharth Singh was saying earlier, the politics of growth, of development has now transcended the politics of caste and creed. And I think that's amazing for this country.
But what was the turning point? What was the turning point according to Naresh Gujral? You said at that time, you might recall that you said once, even if it's 175, he may become Prime Minister. But there was a general sense that the BJP at best was looking at 200, 220. Somewhere down the line, 200, 220 ended up in 300. What was the turning point? Was it Balakot? Was it the defeats in the winter elections that forced a course correction? What changed? Or was it the campaign of the opposition that was negative?
I would say that many of us could not read between the lines. The fact that the NDA government has touched the lives of almost every poor in this country, and that is how they won with this kind of majority. That is how, if you see the margins in every state, they're absolutely amazing. And it is only because the poor of this country have reposed their faith in the Prime Minister. So I think we have to accept that the last 5 years this government has performed exceptionally well, and they really touched the lives of the poor, which many people sitting in the cities fail to recognize, including all you scribes.
And I'm going to distance myself from this, because still a few weeks ago, at least I went on record saying it will be 300 plus. I've got a video, I'm keeping it, I'm going to be playing it. So I'm going to use today as an occasion, rare occasion when a scribe gets it right. But it's interesting the way you're putting it. Sharmishta Mukherjee of the Congress is also joining us at this moment.
That's a good insurance policy for you.
It is an insurance policy. It's, I'm being honest. Sometimes you win. I've just won the office sweepstakes. So I'm in a rather buoyant mood at the moment. I have never won it before in my life. The first time I won something, so I'm feeling good. But I want to go to you, Sharmishta Mukherjee of the Congress. On the other hand, look at where the Congress is. Just look at your numbers. When I look at your numbers at the moment, not only are you down in vote share by about 8%, that's the UPA, but the Congress party is at 51 at the moment. Just 7 seats up. You may not even get the leader of the opposition post again. Will there be serious introspection that goes just beyond the usual tinkering? Could there be a possibility of a leadership change? We are told Rahul Gandhi has offered his resignation to Sonia Gandhi. What does that really mean?
Well, there's definitely going to be very serious introspection, and losing an election of like in this magnitude, winning or losing, it's never monocausal. There are various factors. So definitely all those factors will be analyzed, will be looked into. And one thing for me, one takeaway from the Prime Minister's speech has been that never lose hope even in defeat. So I'm definitely going to take that and not going to lose hope. But definitely, yes, our narrative. I would also like to congratulate Mr. Modi on this spectacular victory, and also his ability to create a narrative and to divert the attention from the lack of development. We were talking about unemployment, we were talking about agrarian crisis, we are talking about corruption, but he made it into a whole issue of nationalism, about Pakistan, about surgical strike. So definitely, that worked for him, and our narrative, what we were focusing on, we could not take it down to the people. This is a
that
fact.
Because your leadership lacks credibility?
So why
does your leader? No, ma'am. I asked you about Rahul Gandhi. Does your leadership lack credibility or trust? It's not about leadership. This is not a defeat for your leadership.
No, no, definitely Mr. Rahul Gandhi has accepted the responsibility, and what went wrong, definitely we need to introspect. But as I say, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he led from the front, he fought very aggressively, he rejuvenated the party, he rejuvenated the cadre. He just taken about 2 years back, so he tried his level best, he's creating his own team. So definitely I would like to say that, we need to give him more time.
You need to give him more time.
We don't change our leaders like we change our shirts.
We don't change our leaders like we change our shirts. You need to give him more time. Okay.
One shirt. You can't just have one shirt that is
There
torn.
goes Chetan Bhagat.
What is this
Bhagat.
analogy?
Personal, boss.
Well, what is this analogy of we don't change our leader like the shirts? It's not like other parties are changing them like shirts. They are seeing whether who's winning, and if they can't win, there is accountability.
There was a time in
I just
Delhi
don't
when
understand the analogy.
Okay. Let's get some order. I think it's a contentious
So Mr.
issue.
Rahul Gandhi has taken that responsibility.
No,
But when you
He has taken that responsibility.
ma'am, but
What
when
do we
you
do
take
with
up
that?
a responsibility and you then lose, there is accountability. There is responsibility which he has taken. But what about accountability at one level? If the people are repeatedly rejecting you as a national leader, then you are going to have to introspect. He's already lost Amethi today. Let's be very clear. Rahul Gandhi today has to not just introspect but ask himself, is
No,
he the
definitely
man
we
to
are going
lead
to
your party in
introspect.
the future? Is he the right man? Is he the right man to lead your party into the future? Is that not a question to ask, or is that an unfair question?
Well, he is the person who just couple of months back, he won 3 states.
Okay.
And then why did you lose them now?
Okay, I don't want to give you too rough a time. You are having a very bad day in the office. So I want to be a little gentle. I want to be joined by Yogendra Yadav, who usually brings down the temperatures at times like this. Yogendra Yadav, 4 days ago, you created a stir on Twitter when you came on my program and said, or you on my program first and then tweeted that the Congress must die. After today, are you even more convinced that the Congress must die as an idea or as an organization? Or do you believe that it is only fair that the Congress also be given a chance to reinvent itself? Rahul Gandhi has been leader for less than 2 years as Congress president. He needs more time, says Sharmista Mukherjee.
Take time, man.
Rahul, as you said, Rajdeep, Congress has had a bad time today, and the last thing I want to do is to try and kick them today. I think it's only fair for people like me to acknowledge that if Congress failed, so did people like us. We were involved in farmers' movement. We mobilized, we thought we had raised that issue to the national level, and finally when the farmer voted, the farmer did not vote as farmer. So clearly we must have also failed. Other opposition has failed. As far as the Congress is concerned, I am no Pragya Thakur. I have no capacity to give shrap to someone to die and things of that kind. The point of that metaphor of death was this, that Congress of today, and I'm not referring to the idea of Congress. If the idea of Congress is about an inclusive India, about bringing the spirit of Indian Constitution together, of course the idea must not die. The only question is about Congress as an organization as it exists today. I think the Congress in this election, for example, did not have a message, did not have a credible messenger. The problem is not just at the top leadership level. The party has no vision. Today Rahul Gandhi spoke about ideology, and I actually felt good that he spoke about it. But frankly, is that ideology shared by anyone other than a few people who come to television studios? I hope at least they share it. Congress does not have a strategy. If there was a strategy, it must be so mysterious that no one got to know what the strategy was. And it doesn't have a cadre. If you go to an ordinary Congress leader on the ground, on a Hindu-Muslim question, they speak the same language as the BJP. So to my mind, the Congress as it stands today is an organization which is incapable of responding to the challenge that the country faces today. In the last 5 years, the challenges that the country faced, Congress could not take it up. And today, while the result brings clarity, while this result brings stability, while this result carries very deep messages that caste politics doesn't work, that mere coalitions don't work, etc. This verdict also brings some dark side of democracy. Let's not forget what this country has witnessed in the last 2 years. Something that Prime Minister today said, "Kisne kuch kaha, bhul jaiye." But the fact is that much of this was said by the Prime Minister himself. We face two imminent dangers. One is that of electoral authoritarianism. The other is that of a non-theocratic majoritarian rule. Is the Congress an ally? Can we depend upon Congress to fight this battle? I'm afraid I can't see that, and that's my only point. And if so, Congress has ceased to perform its historical role. That's what I meant by the metaphor of death.
I know I have to hit the 9 o'clock news on time. I want 30 seconds from you you used the word just now, elected authoritarianism. Are you saying today, on this day when Mr. Modi has scored this historic victory, that he's an elected autocrat? Is that what you're telling me, that as a critic of Mr. Modi, you see him as an elected autocrat, that this election in a sense is fixed before the actual counting by the manner in which media, institutional power is used by one individual?
No, I don't say that. I actually salute Mr. Modi for a genuine popular verdict mandate that he has got, and I really hope he is true to the words that he has spoken about half an hour ago. But I do want to alert the country, and if some of the viewers feel bad, please forgive me. Remember what I said 2 years from now. There are clear tendencies right now in the country of moving towards electoral authoritarianism.
Right.
A place where someone says, I have won the election, the people are with me. What is Supreme Court? Why do we need a media? The people are me. We are a few steps in that direction. This is a clear imminent danger, and anyone who loves this country must be very careful. We don't want to be Russia, we don't want to be Turkey, we don't want to be Hungary. The last thing I want is my country's name to be added to that. This is a real danger today, and I just wanted to alert about that, and I really hope the BJP will not go that path.
Okay, well, that's a big alert that you're sounding. It's setting up a debate for me at 9 o'clock tonight. Is the rise of Mr. Modi the rise of Moditva? What does Moditva mean for a new India? That's what I'm going to raise.